Welcome back, Bravehearts, to the Doc of Detox show. Today is the celebration day for the Q&A fasting, and that's it. So we made it. So how did you do? Let me know how you did. We're live right now, so if you could send in your questions here, that would be really great. I'll answer them. Or if you'd like to send in your comments, maybe this was your first 6-day advanced water fast. Maybe you only did one day. Maybe you're going to be going longer than 6 days. But anyways, please just feel free to provide your questions right here. And some people are commenting already. Now, let's talk about this. So if you actually did the 6-day advanced water fast, what you're going to do now is you're going to do 3 days. You don't have to change your routine with your energy medicine products you've been doing. You can go exactly the same. You can keep doing your ultimate coffee enema. You can keep doing your light exercises, your length and strengthen exercises, taking your energy medicine products, do the same thing. But now you're going to be what? Introducing veggie broth, right? Into it. And the veggie broth or bone broth or organic celery juice. Now, when you do this, understand something. Don't be taking and gulping it. It's better to use a straw. Okay, it's better to use a straw. And you can do as much as you want, but sip it. Start off slowly the first day. And when it comes to like your bone broth, when it comes to like your vegetable organic broth, what you want to do is you want to warm it up and sip it or take it through a straw gentle. Say, I love you, digestive tract. We're going to turn you on for the first time in 6 days, and we're going to do it slowly and lovingly so that we don't cramp out or we don't get diarrhea or we don't get a headache. Because guess what? You're not just going to turn on a 30-foot assembly line like that and go, wake up. No, you're going to go gentle baby steps and wake it up. And that's all you got to do. So the rule is if you do 6 days, you do 3 days. If you do 8 days, you do 4 days. If you did 10 days, you do 5 days. Now, let's say you go and do a 20-day advanced water fast. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean you've got to go 10 days of veggie broth, okay, bone broth, organic celery juice. It doesn't mean that, okay? It means that you're going to go long enough and strong enough that you feel stabilized before you come into your perfect day diet. Now, so whatever length of time that we do on a 6-day advanced water fast, we're going to take half of that and we're going to gently come into drinking liquids, different liquids such as the bone broth, veggie broth, celery juice. I know I'm repeating myself, but I need to. You can do as much as you want, but not as fast as you want. You cannot gulp it, you must sip it. It's better to have it warmed up. Okay, even the celery juice, if it's cold coming out of the fridge and you juice it, it's better to let it cool down. To get a little bit warmer, not warm, but just not ice cold to cause you to go into contraction. All right, so you're going to do that. If you did 6-day advanced water fast, 3 days of that. And then you're going to go into the perfect day diet, which means now you're going to start adding leafy salads. You're not going to just jump right into broccoli and cauliflower. You're going to do all the vegetables that are easily digested. You're not going to do the coniferous vegetables that are going to cause gas or irritation. Again, we're going to come into this thing slowly. So once that, if you did 6 days and then you did 3 days of the celery juice, bone broth, vegetable broth, then you'll come in and do your leafy green salads and vegetables that are easy to break down and digest, not your harder coniferous vegetables, okay? And you're a lot better off if the size of salad that you usually eat for the first 2 days, can you do me a favor? Can you just try to half that? And if you have to, you could have salad 3 or 4 times that day, but just don't overwhelm yourself. This is always it's called warming it up. You want to warm the car up before you head down the highway. It's always about that, okay? It's waking things up and saying, I love you. Get ready. So then my life is mainly based on the perfect day. If you go into my library, the 4 pillars of the perfect day in my library on docofdetox.com, you'll see the 4 pillars of exercise and nutrition and emotional, and then the diet laid out for you. And then if you want Sometimes, someplace, you know what? I did a one-a-day this morning, and I was talking about they strategized against us. When are we going to strategize the perfect day? So I'm telling you, the best thing you'll ever do is get a perfect day consultation. It's $150, lifetime support. I know I push it a lot, but understand something. I'm giving value. This is probably worth $1,500. You get a 300-page lifestyle guide that actually will let you assess your conditions, okay, and how to get out of that. You've got lots of different recipes for blender drinks, soups, salads, things of that nature. So we make sure that you're covered, and then you get lifetime support, and you can call us as often as you want. And understand, you can still call me, all right? But the reality is how long are you going to go through life not trying to create a perfect day strategy from the minute you wake up in the morning until you go to bed, and then just keep on doing these Band-Aid things, you know? Stop making yourself a 911 emergency or thinking that you can just stick something on and you're off and running again, okay? Look, your body deserves love and respect, and you need to honor it. It is your vehicle. It is your vessel. Okay, let's see if anybody has any questions. Please share a complete, easy detox the organic way. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Everybody has a different personality. Everybody has a different reality. You know what? You could get 10 different people and they can all eat the same, but they're all going to have a different condition. Why? Because your thoughts are the most powerful part of you. And this is why when I say to people, you know what? Wouldn't you want me to create the perfect day from the minute you wake up until you go to bed, and then be your guide and coach along the way until you learn this language of self-love, self-care? Well, that's what it's all about, and I just talked about it. It's called the perfect day. You can't just come out and blop it. You know what? I don't know what you think. I think we sometimes don't really think about the way we eat and live, because Weight Watchers doesn't work. All these diets do not work. It's called a live it, not a diet. And because you are an individual, okay, there are things that are going to be different because of your personality, the symptoms that you're feeling, and they're just symptoms. They're not diseases. Even cancer is a symptom. It's not actually a disease. You know, we give names to things because then that tells us where the weak link is, but it's called whole body healing, everyone. Okay? Where's the lovely, relaxing music? I'm not sure what that means, but I could use some today too. Okay? Let me see. Where is the sound? Okay. I'm sure they have sound. There's people actually leaving. You know. Yeah, I can hear myself. Yep, there's sound. Okay. Let me see here. Do you do all the once a month, 6-day water fast, Dr. Wolf? Yeah, I do them. I do the water fasts along with you. And I don't say I'll do them every time. It depends on how hectic things are for me. But the next one, can you find out when the next one is? We already have it. Can you take a look there and please give that to me so I can tell
When? What?
the next advanced water fast?
Oh, you set a date in the calendar?
Yeah, it's in the calendar.
October 6th.
October 6th is the kickoff, and I'll be kicking that off from beautiful Ixtapa, Mexico, from the Ixtapa Palace World Healing and Training Center, everyone. So I'll be fasting down there. And the beauty of this one is, I really love this one. You know why? Because we went and we bought ourselves a $30,000 juicer we've got down there. And we also have 2 professional Vitamixes, and we also have an automatic lemon lime juicer. And what we're going to be doing down there is creating the perfect day diet every day for all our patients and clients that come there. So whether you come for a personal treatment and training, or you come for a treatment, or you just come to want to hang out with us in Ixtapa and you don't even want any treatments or trainings, but you want to enjoy the beach, you want to enjoy the beautiful town of Ixtapa, and you want to come to like our fire at night and get around the circle with us, or come in the morning when we have our conversations. Everybody is welcome to these, okay? And you don't have to pay anything except $45 a night for your room, which is like unbelievably inexpensive. And that's what we've created for everyone. We've got 220 rooms at the Ixtapa Palace. So you can come there and not even partake in anything, just want to hang out with us sometimes. So just know that. But you can buy for one fee and eat organic, plant-based, and organic vegetable juices, and beautiful lemon, lime, coconut milk. You know, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be showing people that whether you're an O type or an A type or an AB or an A, guess what? It's all about amino acids, not about protein. That whole protein thing is hogwash. But if you like animal protein, go for it. You better make sure that the animal's been loved properly. And when you do eat that meal, you make sure that you give thanks to that animal for giving up its life, for giving you life. And I really, truly mean that, okay? And that's the bottom line right there, is being grateful, being thankful. I didn't say be humble. And don't be humbled down on the ground. Hold your chin up high, get your shoulders back, connect to your lion heart breath, and be grateful for everything you have. But guess what? Never be satisfied with what you have. Do you understand? Now, there's a certain way of looking at it. I'm not satisfied with what I have on who I am, because I have this thing that I want to change 1% every day. So I'm not going to be satisfied with who I am. I'm not going to judge myself. I'm going to observe myself, and I'm going to change 1% every day, so that every 100 days I've created a new me, because I am an infinite spirit, and that's what we are. And understand something. We have been dumbed down so bad that I know that 9,999 people out of 10,000 will never wake up, and that they will never realize their full potential, that they were actually created by God to create. And they don't come down here to create, okay? They come down here to inflame, okay? They inflame themselves and everybody else. We have been so dumbed down because the elites have actually strategized against us. Think about it. How long has it been since you've been showering in chlorinated, fluoridated water, or drinking plastic bottled water, which is cancer causing, or eating new and improved foods, or taking drugs for some kind of problem that you have, when it just means that you're out of alignment with your spirit? That's all it means. You feed your spirit, you heal the physical body. The physical body is the end result. Understand, okay? The physical body is the end result of your thoughts and your strategy. Do you have an amazing, massive, take action, self-love, self-care strategy? If you don't, then you will never experience the adventure and the fun that you'll have on this planet. You need to learn how to mind your own business, okay? You need to learn that you do not need approval from anyone to love and care for yourself. And if you think you do, then you will never do it, okay? Tomorrow, I'm going to be at 5 a.m., okay, tomorrow morning. And then we are going to be doing this again at, we're going to do it twice. So tomorrow morning we're doing it at 5 a.m. and then we're going to do it again maybe around 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be playing a wolf report for you, and it's a shocker. It's 15 minutes. So you'll want to check it out. And it's called We're Going to Rock Your World. Okay? All right? Anyways, let's get back to this. I just got to catch up here, everybody. What? Okay. Aloha, 6 days today. And what a major difference from before not using Doc of Detox products. I feel fabulous. Okay, so here's the deal. You know, and I want you to know that you can stand in this and be proud of this. I carry the best products on the planet. The highest vibrational of those products, I carry them. And if I don't carry them, then they're going off the table and I'm going to find them. Okay, because that's the first thing. Everything is about frequency. Everything is about vibration. Everything is about light. And this person here said, I did the 6-day fast and she rocketed through it. That's right. You want to do just a water fast? You want to do a juice fast? A juice fast will never work like a water fast. And a water fast will never work like an advanced water fast. So you better get that. So people will say, well, I don't want to spend any money. Well, don't spend any money. Okay, but understand something. Everything's an illusion. And whether you want to believe that or not, and then you're going to tell me, no, it's not. I really am sick, or no, I am poor. Well, guess what? You think something long enough and strong enough, you're going to become it. So now you've got to find a new belief. Remember, your subconscious just stores beliefs. And if your beliefs are based on poverty, you're going to be there. If it's based on, I can't heal myself, I can't be my own practitioner, I don't know how to master my mind, I never will. This is as good as it gets. Well, then guess what? This is as good as it gets. My last 6-day fast turned out to be an 18-day fast. What a major difference. That's right. When you start strapping on the Doc of Detox energy medicine products, and I don't, that's not a sales pitch, but they are our products. Okay, I created these products or helped to create these products or found somebody that was creating the best of these products. You deserve the best. And don't you forget about that. You deserve the best in products, but you deserve the best in the way people care for you and the way you care for yourself. So you need to challenge yourself to care for yourself more and more every day. You need to change that 1% every day so that every just over 3 months, guess what you've got? You've got a new person. And you want to keep working on that new person because guess what? You're not yourself. There's no way you're yourself. I'm not myself yet. Okay, I'm going to be 65 years old. I'm not myself yet. I'm working on myself every day to find my true self, but I'll never find my true self as long as I'm in a physical body. But I will keep working towards it, and I will not be ruled, schooled, and fooled. And I already told you this, you only use 10% of your brain. We have been genetically altered. Whether you want to believe it or not doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into it. But understand, God gave us a brain, and now for some reason we can only access 10%. Doesn't that kind of keep us crippled? So if you're not going to get yourself in the present moment and own it, and then bring in everything high vibrational from the people you hang around with, the food you eat, the drink you drink, the things you watch, the things you say, then you'll never have the perfect day. And if you don't understand that this is a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure and that people are going to cry, they're going to die, they're going to lie, and they're going to justify why they can't have what they want, you got to get that. They're going to. And the majority of the population is going to do this. And I do not see this great awakening. I was on looking at some information, and now everybody's going, there's a great awakening coming. Oh, really? I'll tell you what there is. There's another lockdown coming. And the reality is if you don't awaken on a personal level, because that's the only awakening that happens. Okay? I mean, peace is found inside, not outside. This is called planet Earth. Okay? Can you remember a time in history when there wasn't a war, where people weren't going to war with each other and killing each other, hurting each other, even families weren't hurting each other, or people weren't hurting themselves? Tell me a time in history. You can't get it, can you? So understand, this is a self-serve, self-care, self-love job. And if you don't want to recognize the fact that you're going to be treated by everybody else and how you treat yourself. People don't come around me. They don't come around me. Authorities don't come after me. Okay, they know that I know who I am, what I am. And people don't tell me how to eat, drink, and think. They know it's not going to work. And the reality is, if you don't want to let the world know who you are, then you're everyone else being everything else. So don't ask yourself why you don't know what your passion and purpose is, or why you can't heal yourself, because you can't be someone else and heal yourself. You can't be somewhere else and heal yourself when you can only heal in the present moment. And this is what a 6-day advanced water fasting gives you. Oh yes, it gives you more enlightenment, because that's how you become enlightened. Because in a 6-day advanced water fast, you've released more stem cells and created, which means that you renew yourself, and you've created more autophagy, which means you're going in with all these little Pac-Men and eating up anything that is cancerous or diseased or contaminated. That's right. It's the greatest house cleaning in the world. So just understand something. The Doc of Detox 6-day advanced water fast, it doesn't get any better. And if you can tell me how I can make it better, I want you to tell me, because there's never anything going to be set in stone. Because the reality is, unless you're willing to change your personality, you'll never change your reality. Unless I'm willing to awaken and grow more each day, because I can only grow consciously and super consciously. And if I don't focus on that, then I must be growing physically, which means I'm just becoming loaded with toxins and become overweight or eat my body up. And that's what people say when they start to get older is guess what? I'm losing weight. No, you're not. You're losing muscle, because you're so acidic. You're eating up your muscle. And the reality is you can stop that. And you wouldn't be eating up your muscle if you didn't have an autoimmune disease, which is called self-hate on a subconscious level. Why do we eat up ourselves? Why do we eat ourselves up? Well, autoimmune disease means attacking oneself, doesn't it? Doesn't it mean the immune system is attacking itself? Well, actually, before it was attacking itself, you were doing it on an emotional level. So that's why we do 6-day water fast, because you're going to have aha moments. It's not just a physical thing. It's not just an emotional thing. It's not just a mental thing. It's a rising of the spirit. So that's why we're going to do it every 6 weeks to 8 weeks, and we're going to continue this, and I'm always going to continue this. I think that we had this time like around maybe 10,000 people doing advanced water fasting. What do you think of that? So that is huge. When I started this, I only had maybe 100 people. Let's create an army, okay? Let's create an army of enlightened people. Good morning, Dr. Wolf. Good morning, Emma. I'm on my 5th day advanced water fast on the 7 and still going to push to 12 days. Thanks, Doc, for all you have taught me. Let me tell you something. You don't want to know something? Mary, you are my reason for doing this. How would it feel if you loved everyone? If you weren't a hypocrite, if you weren't prejudiced, if you could just drop the armor and we just loved everyone on this planet. Well, guess what? Tomorrow's Wolf Report that's going to come on at 5 o'clock in the morning. When else are we bringing it on?
9 o'clock.
5 and 9 o'clock, so that everybody gets it. That's 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I wouldn't even have that up, would I? That wouldn't even go up tomorrow, would it? If everybody were to just drop the armor and the attack on themselves and everyone else, we wouldn't even have that tomorrow.
I'm excited for the Wolf Report.
Yeah, but it's not hard to get you excited.
Hey, well.
That is Sean, everyone, and that's Drake, and without them, I would not be here. Okay? All right. Diana, my longest was 3 days. Good. If you made it 3 days, the third day is when your body goes into stem cell making and autophagy. That's why most people can't get past the third day. If you can get past the third day, you unlock the key, okay, to setting yourself free. And the further you can go, but you're not going to go far if you don't respect yourself. Connect to your lion heart breath. Do your mirror work. Okay, get your love band, life band working all day long. Okay. The other thing is continually sipping and drinking liquids with the energy medicine, like the ATP, like the fulvic acid concentrate, like the Ormus minerals, like the calcium ion therapy, like the infinite iodine, like the essential oils of cinnamon, super cinnamon, and lemon lift, and orange in your drinking water. None of this turns on the Krebs cycle or your digestive tract. You know what? What I really love is this part here. When I first brought this out, this advanced water fasting, and telling people like about 15, 20 years ago that you got to use high vibrational nutritionals, the hardcore fasters that were in North America, and around, they just said that I just bastardized the whole thing. I just twisted it all. And guess what? Those same people that told me that are now utilizing the advanced water fasting information that I put together. So the reality is this. This world is based on suffering. It seems like the more we suffer, the more we should get the Braveheart hero badge, but that's not true at all. I am not going to buy into this suffering at all. I am going to heal people of their diseases without the suffering. I am going to take shortcuts because I understand that everything is a frequency. Everything is about light. It is. And guess what? They know this. And when you watch the Wolf Report tomorrow, you're going to understand something. You have no idea how you've been schooled. And I mean schooled. Okay? All right. I tried the Store 800 yesterday 3 times and was busy. What hours are you answering? Okay. Let me just say this, everyone. We've got right now 8 people answering phones. I'm going to try to get another 4 people answering phones. All you got to do is just call. You can call my number. If you can't get through, call my extension number 5. I'll help you out. I'll guide you to where you need to go. My apologies, but you know what? We are really busy because we offer to all our patients, okay, lifetime support when they get a perfect day consultation. So you have to understand something. Unless we follow through, and we need to follow through, and I'm trying to build an army right now. I really am. That's why we're moving to Ixtapa Palace, because we're going to be able to get bigger. We're going to be able to bring more people in. You should see the people that are moving there, the people that are coming for a year, the people that are coming to take all 3 trainings and then help us do 2 trainings so that they become master trainers and they can do this throughout the world. So everything's in play. It's just there's bumps in the road, but we're going to get through this thing. You know, remember something. It's not what happens today. It's what you do with it. Okay? So please just call us. Keep calling us. Don't give up on us. Okay? Or all you got to do is on my extension, on extension 5, leave a message. I'll get somebody right back to you. Okay? Celery juice gives me big time bloat. Okay, so what I want you to do, if that's true, okay, is if it gives you big time bloat, what I want you to do is I want you to dilute it. That's all you got to do. And the reason why you're bloating is because you're so acidic inside yourself. The celery juice is actually pulling the acid, okay, and stirring things up that are toxic in your tissues. Those issues in your tissues are coming to the surface, and then they're gassing off. So what happens is bad bacteria and the acid will create gas, and that's the bloating. So dilute the celery juice, okay? And I'm telling you, try 25% celery juice, 75% water. What's the rush? If you're bloating, you're going a little bit quicker than your body wants. And nobody wants the bloat, so just slow it down. So then go from 25 to then 50% celery juice, 75, and then you'll be able to take it all on. Okay, so everybody's different. Understand something. If I swallow my emotions, I'm going to have digestive disorders forever and a day and probably ulcers. Okay, if I don't swallow my emotions and I don't take things personal and I don't need people's approval, then I'm not going to have so much bloating and digestive disorders. If I actually took like a whole life coach certification course, which is an 8-day intensive by us, then I would understand and have the tools that no matter what goes on in my life, I don't have to attack myself or anyone else. I need to stay connected to my breath and then make really smart, logical decisions. And that's what the elite do. Whether you want to like this or not, the elite are really using their brain, okay? They're using all of their brain, and they're even breaking through the 10%. They know how to do it. We've been taught now how not to do it. Oh my God, you actually send your kids to school and think they're going to be taught. My God, your kids can't write, they can't read, they can't spell, they don't know how to love themselves or anyone else, they don't even know how to eat properly, and then they become parents. That's why we are where we are. So the reality is we have to break away from all of their systems. Like, I was talking yesterday to this lady, she wants to come to Ixtapa and do the training. And one of her daughters, okay, she has like an S-curve in her spine. They want to put the rods in, 2 12-inch rods in her spine for the rest of her life. She's 16 years old, for God's sakes. You can believe this or not believe this. But this girl was a champion show horse rider. She lives in California. She came to us when she was 16. They wanted to put these rods in her spine. And I'm going to tell you something. We did one treatment on her, and we reversed the scoliosis in her spine by 40% in one treatment. We taught her mother how to do it, and guess what? Her spine is straight as an arrow today. These people that actually we're talking to, so Sage, who is the master trainer, and he leads the certifications. Right now, he's at a clinic certifying 2 doctors on how to actually pull fibroids apart and tumors apart, and how to go in from cesarean scars and other scars, because surgery causes more scar tissue than anything else. So they want this technique. So he's down there certifying them, and then he's coming back on the weekend, and then he flies out to go to Toronto, and he's going to go do the PTT instead of them coming to Mexico, because the girl is going through for a nurse. He's going to go to Mexico and teach the mother and the sister how to actually go in, and he'll start working on her scoliosis. And she said, well, how long is it going to take? Her scoliosis is really bad. And I said, it'll take about 9 months of you working on her, and you'll be the hero. So that's why he's going to go there and do that training. And that training is a 42-hour training. But the reality is he's also going to be working on the father. He's going to be working on the grandfather. So there's a lot of people most people are walking around with a limp, and there's no need for it. Okay? The 800 number, just keep calling. Slow and steady wins the race. Diana, you're so right. Kat, this was third water fast, had heavy cycle during, so not gonna extend. However, having great progress overall. Something about overall breast. And uterine tumors are shrinking, feeling more powerful. Now, I hope that what you are doing to the fast with the uterine tumors is you are going in at least 2 to 3 times a day with the vaginal infusion, where you use silver gel, which is 20 times stronger than liquid. And then what you do is you mix a Bright Eyes fulvic in it, because fulvic picks up the heavy metals and the acidity. And then you mix some silver in. So what you're doing is 1 to 3 ounces of the silver gel. And then you're doing anywhere from 10 to 20 drops of the silver and the fulvic. And then you're doing 5 sprays of the infinite iodine. And that's the infinite iodine, okay? Anyways, and then what you do is you mix this up, okay? And you also put in anywhere from 2 to 10 drops of frankincense. You mix that up, and then you use an ear syringe or just a regular syringe, right? And you can put like a little tube on it if you want to get up a little higher, and then you fill up the vagina. And depending on the size of the vagina is going to depend, depending on how much inflammation is in there and how chronic it is going to determine whether it's 1 to 3 ounces of the silver gel. And then you mix all this in. So you want to keep it that it's not totally liquid. So you want to use the gel, and depending on how much you have to put into the frankincense, the silver bullet spray, the fulvic acid, and the infinite iodine, you still want it to be a little bit jelly. And then you're going to put it in, and you're going to put your butt up in the air, and you're going to let that soak. Do you want to know what would happen if you actually did that? And then you did our, here, where is it? Right here. And you did our CBD suppositories. So this here, we can ship all over the world. Take a look at that. And these are like little bullets. And what you do is you take the CBD and you inject it into the bullets. You put it in the fridge. And then you can put those in rectally or vaginally. And understand that you're going to absorb 60% of the CBD instead of 15%. That's as much as you can do when you do it orally. And that's when you're going to rock your world. And if you actually used a rectal vibrator or even a vaginal vibrator, please don't get me wrong when I say this, you're going to bring the blood supply and bring lots of blood in the area. Then if you did the vaginal infusion or the suppository, you're going to just go boom. And then, at nighttime, you can do the CBD THC suppository, and you can put that into the rectum. And as long as it's just inside the rectum, you'll never have the THC buzz, because you have to understand that THC is really good for pain, whereas CBD is good for inflammation. They're both good for both things, but one just leans a little bit more to the other. But understand something. Our CBD has 250 milligrams of the highest quality CBD in it. So when you're doing these CBD bullets, I just want to tell you, there's a study out of France where they were actually just doing suppositories and able to actually reverse things like brain cancer. So understand that doing the CBD really reduces that. And if you're going to do CBD orally, okay, with ours, you would take a half an eyedropper and you would do it every 4 hours, because you want to bring down, you can't take, more is not better. And if you did it every 4 hours and you did the CBD bullets and you did the things that I've taught you about length and strength and exercise, belly button clapping, when you do the belly button, you want to use just 2 drops of frankincense and then 2 drops of CBD oil in your belly button, and it'll trigger 60 to 70,000 nerve endings to heal. And when you do the actual belly button therapy, you're releasing 70% of your serotonin, 50% of your dopamine, and hundreds of thousands of endorphins. And it's really easy to do. And it's the easiest way to relax the body and put it into a healing state. That's why, women will not be getting pregnant very easy for 2 reasons: inflammation and also fear. Fear, if you're fearful, you won't be there. So doing belly button therapy really helps that whole core pelvis area, and bring yourself down, calm yourself down. But understand, if you're dealing with any type of infection or inflammation in your pelvis, if you're not doing the vaginal infusion and CBD or THC CBD suppositories, then you're going to be a long time getting there. And then if you could learn how to do the clapping on your pelvis. And if you could get a Wolf non-surgical therapist to go in and pull apart the adhesions, pull apart because that's what endometriosis is. That's what fibroids are. That's what you're going to have. If you've had continual infection or inflammation in your pelvis, then you're full of adhesions. Okay, it's like a spider's nest down there. So get a Wolf non-surgical therapist to pull it apart for you, because it will take you months. But then you want to start doing clapping, like I said, the vaginal infusions, the CBD, THC suppositories, even the rectal vibration, things that, what are you going to do to bring circulation back? Because it's all about circulation. It always has been. Okay. Okay, Susan, last Tuesday I was 181 pounds. This morning I'm 168. A large lump that's been on my foot since 2009 is 90% gone. My skin is softer than I've ever remember feeling it. The last 3 days I've been able to walk up and down the stairs without holding onto the rail. I'm excited for more changes. I'm oil pulling after my Merigen. Yeah, but when you oil pull, sweetie, can you do me a favor? Can you put in like Healthy Mouth essential oil, or one that you know that you can do, and mix it with the oil pulling? Because then you're going to really, as you're pulling out the toxins, you'll be disinfecting. And you want to put in as much essential oil that you can feel the tingling in your mouth. I'm oil pulling after the Merigen and will make my celery juice next. Oh man, doesn't it feel great to take your power back as a woman, to rise up from all this? Just know this: you own this. Own it. Be the most powerful woman that you know. Okay? Just do that. See how it feels. Okay? It may be threatening to the other people in your family. They're not used to that. So just tell them that you love them all the same. Okay? Because people are not used to people loving and caring for themselves. It actually shocks them. Okay? All right? And their subconscious may even turn against you. So be ready for that too. I wanted to go to more days, but the nighttime leg cramps were awful. I applied magnesium oil. You should have been clapping, love. First of all, skin brushing and clapping is a quicker way to get there. So if you actually clapped where the pain was, you'd get rid of it. Wherever there's pain, there's a block. That's all. So this is the cure. Here's the cure. Okay, wherever there's pain, wherever there's inflammation, okay, wherever there's swelling, there's a block in the body, and they're not telling you, but they don't want to tell you because they want to cut the block out, and then they want to replace it with something, don't they? Okay, all right. Get the block. Go to my library, look at my library, and click on Clapping for Health Guide, and guess what? Unleash the power. Seriously, let's just get to it, right? I mean, this clapper's inexpensive, and it's worth hundreds of thousands of therapy. And I mean, you want to really get into it, okay? So take a look at, and you're going to go, oh my God, is he like crazy? No, you're going to start, guess what? How else are you going to make it feel warm, tingly, like beyond circulation? How are you going to open up the microcirculation? Because when you've got trouble in your arteries and veins, you're already on your way out. Your microcirculation's already going down the tubes, because your microcirculation is 74% of your circulation. You know that, right? Okay, that's why it's so important. It's not about telomeres. It's not about genetics. It's about your microcirculation. Wherever it's the worst, that's what you're going to die of. You know what? You can tell how long someone's going to live, what they're going to die of by their microcirculation. That's the truth there. Okay? 1 squirt of Ormus before bed didn't seem to help. 2 squirts out the other end. What else could I have done to prevent leg cramps? Or is it just fear of my future because I got fired last week? Well, that's right. That's what it is. But you still need to get the clapper. I'm telling you. Okay, like I had a bit of a headache yesterday, and it was right here where I have this scar, and I just clapped. And when I get done the show here, I'll probably clap for 5 minutes and just really unloosen that block. You don't even know how to work with or love your body. You don't. And it's not your fault. I'm going to tell you right now, watch the Wolf Report tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. or at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then guess what? As far as I'm concerned, this says it all. And do you want to know something? Do you want to know what the elite think about you, you listen to that tomorrow and understand something. It shouldn't make you feel sad. It should make you feel mad. First, you're going to get mad, and you should get mad, and you should get angry. And then you should go, I'm taking my life back. That's it. Now I understand that all systems are toxic, all media is toxic, all government is toxic, okay? And everything that was told that was going to protect me is a lie. Okay. That's all. Dina, when are we starting the 6 days? Well, we just finished, love, and we're going to start again. What was the date? Can you tell me?
October 9th.
Was it October 9th? Okay.
I think so. Let me double check.
No, that's not true. October 9th is the start of the first New World Practitioner course in Extapa, everybody. And if you haven't joined us, please join us if you want to change your life forever. I mean, you know, we probably have now about 24 people coming, and it'll grow more. But the reality is, if you spend 8 days with me, I'll change your life forever. Nobody's going to mess around with you ever again. And you're not going to feel like you're hurting anybody by loving yourself totally for the first time in your life. Wow. Wouldn't it be great to get off the meat hook? I want the ionic calcium. How can I buy this? The ionic calcium, you have to call in to order it. We're not allowed to put it on our store, store.docofdetox.com. You'll see information on it there, but there's nowhere to buy it. You won't even see the bottles. The FDA said that we're not allowed to sell it on our store. They'll shut down our website. But people can call in and get it. Do you know why they can? Because it's non-toxic. Nobody has an allergy to it. Nobody has a negative symptom. And it has actually helped turn things around from A to Z. Every cancer, every autoimmune disease is affected by this product. And if you've got osteoporosis, it'll totally reverse it. Did you hear what I said? I said totally. And if you don't believe me, go to my library at Ionic Calcium Guide. Go to my library, go to my website, docofdetox.com, click on library, and then click on Ionic Calcium Guide, and then go watch the videos. All right? Rick, I do, but very personal. How can I get in touch? Need some help. Well, just call me on my 800 number, 855-900-4544, extension 5. I have all my calls caught up except for two calls. Isn't that amazing? And just leave a message and I'll get back to you. How to obtain the right supportive supplements. How long till delivery? Are there other things to use? Well, this is from Ageya. I think it's Ageya. Listen to me. Get a perfect day consult for $150. Supplements are usually there within 3 to 5 days, depending where you live. We have 3 fulfillments in the United States. We have 1 for Canada. And then we have 1 for worldwide, okay? So there's the best answer I can give you, love. Okay. Flory. Thyroid disease, what do I do for that? No, I'm not sad. I carry on my way towards the middle. All right. Didn't say you were sad if you have thyroid problems. If you have thyroid problems, what we have is we usually have an iodine issue. So I'd get on infinite iodine right away. And I mean it. There's only one pure iodine in the world. It's infinite iodine. Lugos is not. Nacein is not. And if you take too much, you can blow your thyroid. You can't overdose on this. You can put this in your eyes. You can mix it in and do a vaginal infusion. You put it in your ears for ear infection. And if you spray 5 sprays in the back of your throat, it disinfects any type of virus. Oh, did you know that? Right away, within 15 seconds. And then it goes into your bloodstream, turns into iodide, and goes to your thyroid. If you have a very low thyroid, you would want to do 5 sprays of that and also 5 sprays of iodide. Iodide does not disinfect. It goes straight to the thyroid and parathyroid, which you need a little bit more support on, okay? Now, just know this, that thyroid problems, okay, are caused because the metabolism has had to work too hard, and the main ingredient being iodine, which was taken out of our diet in 1974, is missing. And everybody needs iodine every day. This is why it's amazing if you could live right on the ocean, because there's so much iodine that comes off of the ocean, right? You're breathing it in continually, all right? But start taking the iodine, you'll start seeing you'll be sharper, you'll be more alert, your metabolism will come right back, your hormones will start to balance, okay? And iodine ions and calcium ions, and the only place you can find calcium ions is in ionic calcium therapy, that being, one of them being Merigen. There's other ones as well, like Dentagen for the teeth, Cartigen for the joints, Ozogen for children. But you can go to my website to take a look at that. But calcium ions and iodine ions, they do all the communications for the cells. This is why you do that. When you were younger, you would break bone, make bone, okay? So when you would break the bone, that would release the ions, which would go in and do 120,000 different hormonal and chemical things every second. And guess what? After the age of 30, between the EMF, the blue light, the toxicity, the stress, we don't do it anymore. That's why everybody's complaining about osteopenia, osteoarthritis, okay? Osteoporosis, autoimmune diseases. Understand something. People are breaking down because they don't know how to master their minds, so they become acidic. The acid eats away at the bones, pulling the calcium out of the bones, and so that's why you get the gallstones. That's made out of calcium and cholesterol, and the cholesterol is because it's trying to goop up the cracks because you're stressing yourself out and your arteries are in trouble. But the reality is gallstones are made out of calcium, and they're also displaced calcium because you were on fire in your brain first, okay? And those stones are collecting in your gallbladder, and then you have your kidney stones, and they're made out of calcium, and that's the same thing, pulling calcium from your bones, trying to buffer down your blood so you don't die or go into a coma. And I'm telling you the God's truth. And then calcium deposits in the breast are about the last stage before you could start going into mutation. That's right. So calcium stones are in the breasts, are pulled from your ribs, your sternum, okay, area, and that's why you have it there. So wherever the area is closest to the area will be where it gets dumped off, right? And the reason why we need calcium deposits in the breast is because you're on fire. And it's the last attempt to try to stop you from having mutated cells, because the calcium helps to buffer down the acidity to make it more alkaline, to try to keep more oxygen and alkaline minerals there. And if we lose the oxygen, we lose the alkaline minerals, then the cells have to, or they want to survive, so they become cancer cells, because now they live off of lactic acid, because there's not enough minerals, not enough oxygen, and it says, well, I don't want to die, so I'll become something else. So as soon as you can restore me, I'll go back to being what I used to be. So understand, you can attack the cancer, but what you've got to do is not attack yourself, love yourself well, and find out what you're missing to create the balance, to create the alignment. Because if you can create something, you can uncreate it as well, no matter what it is. Yes, an army of enlightened people. Lisa, you're right. That's what we're after. Braveheart, I need to do this. Yes. If you want to do my Braveheart course, it's about a 33-day course. Go to my website, docofdetox.com. Click on at the top Masterclass, and then click on Braveheart free in the Masterclass instead of paying almost $1,000. There you go. Let me see you go do it, but at least call me and tell me how it's changed your life, will you? And if you don't want to do that, at least go into my library and go to the 12 loving steps and watch the video, and then pick the 4 empowering ones, like the lion heart breathing, okay? Like doing the mirror work, doing the couples personal mirror work together, doing the Braveheart Love Band. Just check out a few of them. If you were to just, every time you had a negative thought, go, that's the old me. Every time you had a thought of what you want to become, I got this. There's a new sheriff in town called Total Love. And see, this here is snapping back me to the present, because that's the only place I can create. This is me giving myself a kiss so I don't get thrown in jail, because I probably would in these days, because, you can't kiss anyone or kiss yourself now, because you wouldn't want to spread things. Okay, so then this here is a love band, and this is a hug, so it's snug as a hug. So I love myself, I'll kiss myself, I'll snap myself back to the present moment, because if I can stay in the present moment, then they can't own me. If I leave the present moment, fearing the future or dreading what I did in the past. So you can take your guilt and put it where the light doesn't shine, and you can take that I'm a sinner and put that where the light doesn't shine either. Because I've always done my best. Thank you very much, and I don't need your approval or anybody else's approval, because I already have that which created the whole universe's approval. And then what we've done is mankind is not kind and has rewritten everything and twisted the rules for fools. And I'm not being part of that anymore. So I'm being part of this. I got this. That was the old me. Okay? All right. And I'm not going to do what my father used to tell me is depending on what I did wrong is depending on how much I needed to be punished. Okay? I'm not going for that. Thank you very much. And I'm not going to do that to my children or anybody else anymore. Okay, we're gonna lovingly come together and rise. We're not going to beat people up, and that's where you got schooled, you got fooled, you got ruled. And tomorrow morning you're gonna find out when I do this wolf report, and it's gonna nail this. Okay, I don't know how long it'll be up. If it gets taken down, please go to my Telegram t.me/the Doc of Detox. That's where you'll see it. It'll be on Rumble. It'll be on BitChute. And where else? Is that about it?
Rumble, BitChute, eventually Odyssey.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think we'll try to put it up on YouTube. We'll see. And we'll see what happens. I don't think they should take it down because this is what he said. He laid it out. Who's he? Well, let's give you a clue. He's going to rock your world. Okay. Doan. Awaiting your guidance on reversing 4th stage liver cancer at home with general soft tissue abdominal pain, 80-year-old. You're going to have to get a consult for that. There's so much going on that right now, stage 4 cancer, there's things that I would like to say to you, but I'd have to say to you personally. You can call me. My extension is 5. Let's just call me and let's have a little chat, okay? This is not like just stick a Band-Aid on it. That's all anybody wants to do. Hey, I got cancer. I'm really scared and don't know what to do. Never been able to look after myself or anybody else. So what's your answer? Here's the money. Let me go. Yeah, well, that's why we're here. Thank you very much. Okay. Agia, looks like you are too buzzy. What's that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe because I'm buzzing?
Have you had coffee today?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but I had ATP.
Ah.
Understood. I keep trying. That's the same lady. Rick, I know you. That's cool. Great stuff. Thank you. Hugs from Jacqueline. Thanks, Jacqueline. Let me see if we got anything else. If we don't, Denise, I believe it. Wow, amazing. 40%. One treatment. Fantastic. Oh, yes, Beth, I guarantee it. 40%. That's right. When we do one treatment on somebody, it'll be anywhere from, the minimum 25 to 40%. And then as we do more and more, the percentages get less, because you have to understand, whether we're talking scoliosis or any other disease, you only have a disease because you're running a disease program. And you had a certain belief. That belief was a sick belief. You're not sick, but it was a sick belief. The more you tell it, the deeper, the longer you tell it, the stronger you tell it, the more it becomes a bigger disease. That's it. Okay? It's kind of funny, but people just don't get it. It's the way you act. Okay? The way you act creates the play. Wait a minute, really? Yeah, you're the writer, you're the director, you're the producer, and you're the leading star. And you get to decide whether this is going to be an adventure love story or it's going to be a horror story every day. Yeah, it's just a thought. Let me tell you, I know people it's just a thought that are thinking about killing themselves right now. I got people that it's just a thought and they've decided to change their whole life. They've decided to move. They've decided to sacrifice that which they no longer need and to actually start honoring and respecting themselves. See, you're not going to get this, because it's the hardest thing for people to get, is that you are never going to have what you want until you're selfish enough to know what you need. I mean, if you're not selfish enough to know what your needs are to live on this planet, you're not going to want to be here. You're going to struggle all the way. And it's all called self-care and self-love. It's honoring, loving, and respecting yourself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help you God, so that you can become the poster child for the rest of your family to show them the way. Because it's the Braveheart way. It's lighting yourself up. Wow, it's so difficult to stand up for yourself, isn't it? It's so difficult to love yourself, because that's what all of the elite have done since the second you got here, is to show you that you are unworthy and you just better be, okay, grateful for being here, or we'll wipe you out. Oh, wait a minute. We are wiping you out.
Have you gotten Beth's?
What is it?
Hello, I would like to purchase the package that includes lifetime support, so perfect day consult.
Yeah,
Please, Daryl, I don't have long distance calling. I have tech challenges. Could I contact you on Messenger and Facebook? Maybe I could speak to someone from your team.
Well, we'll do a FaceTime call.
Yeah.
We'll do any call you want. But even if you have tech challenges, you can call us if you're overseas on WhatsApp at 250-215-8004, or call us on FaceTime. Or if you're here...
What was the WhatsApp again? I'm going to reply to her.
215.
Yep.
No, sorry, 250.
Yep.
215.
Yep.
8004. That's you can do on WhatsApp on that, and you could do FaceTime on that too. It's on our website. We have that there. And what else? Let me see. And if you're in North America, it's 855-900-4544. And then you can do extension 1 or 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. But why don't you if you go to docofdetox.com, go to the top of the page, click on consultation, and then pick the person that you want. I go through the case history once they get it. We go through it together. We talk about your situation. They give you an hour consult, send you the audio, and then we send you a 300-page manual. And this 300-page manual is the most well put together for your diet, for your exercise, your emotional, your nutritional. And then you go through this and you start, and it also shows you everything from your poop to your urine to your skin to your eyes to your hair to everything about your body and all the symptoms that you may have, just to show you how you can get back on track and why you're off track. So that manual is your gift. It's a PDF. It's a beautiful book. Okay? Great. I will keep trying to get through. And that was from Agaya. Kat, I have been doing a lot daily. Haven't done CBD suppository. Hoping to get to Mexico for Wolf non-surgical. Okay. Bear with me, everyone. People call on WhatsApp and the phone is just going crazy, and I keep on having to click it off. Wolf non-surgical, no one near me. Fibroid was at least 2 centimeters. Had to go 2 centimeters. Had to go up in clothing. 12 centimeters. Had to go up in clothing. So because it sticks out of my belly. Now have gone down in clothing size. Belly is getting flatter. Good. But if you come there, we'll use the Cellsonic on this, and then guess what? And then we'll do the non-surgical. We'll teach you the clapping. We'll teach you how to do the suppositories and the ultimate coffee enema. I mean, your pelvis is just going to shine. Seriously. Okay? This can be done. We'll give you the strategy to turn things around. You got to be willing to do it. That's it. Understand, the body will heal. The longer you leave it, the bigger it gets. Then with a fibroid, the center part is like the hardest part. So it's softer, harder. So the more we get into the middle, the harder it gets. But understand something. It can be reversed. Okay?
One of the imposters is messaging people. We're not messaging anyone. We'll let them know.
Yeah.
The guy's going after him.
Yeah. So anyways, everybody, you got to get this, okay? I want to tell you two things. First thing is, okay, the first thing is that there's an imposter there, and he's telling you that you win money, you win prizes. We're not going to do that, okay? And he's trying to grab people's visas. The next thing is I want everybody to focus us in Mexico because we're having challenges, and just focus being there yourself and us being there. I'd really appreciate it. Let's give it a Braveheart Ruha so we can push this through, okay? All right, this is a huge project. And any type of support that you can give us, just your thoughts, they mean everything, okay? Let me see here. Okay, Margaret, if he spelt his name Dr. Darrow with the dash on top, it's not our Dr. Wolf. Thank you, love. I appreciate that, okay? All right, everybody. Let me see here. Steve, hi, Daryl. Good afternoon. At what point after the coffee enema and switching to plant-based, at what point would I do a water fast during or after the 30 days regarding cysts, fibroids, lower back pain? Much love, happiness. I love you. You're a great teacher. Thank you. And thank you for listening, though. So I really would get a perfect day consult. If you have the time, please give me a call. I'm going back on, everybody, at 3 o'clock today, right? And we're doing what we call our New World Practitioner training, and letting our practitioners know what we're doing. If you'd like to be part of that, www.newworldpractitioner.com. Go there, or just be on Facebook at 3 o'clock. We're going to be talking about the whole adventure of going to Mexico, why we're doing it. And we're going to show what we're offering and why this is the chance of a lifetime. Because we wanted to help you change your life for a lifetime. Okay? So he's asking regarding cyst. Okay, so here's the deal. Again, I'm going to tell you to get a perfect day consult, because if you could call me and your master consultant, and we could keep checking in every few days. Okay, I just did 2 coffee enemas today. I just did 1 coffee. I'm eating this. I'm feeling this. Okay, I just did clapping. I just did clapping on my pelvis where the fibroid is last night for an hour and a half. It's tender, it's a little swollen, and it's got a purple color. What should I do? So the reality is whether anybody wants to believe it, you believe you're damaging yourself, you're not. So when you clap and you actually get purple, light purple, dark purple, black, brown, green, all of this is tissue rotting and contaminated fluid, being your lymph, your blood, your cellular, intercellular, extracellular fluid. And that's the God's truth. You can clap yourself and save your life, or just sit around and wait for someone else to come and help you. Okay, I don't know if we have any more. Don't, thanks, same. RE liver, cancer from last Friday was for a friend. Will tell her again to call you. Okay, thank you. You can tell her to call me. I'll talk to her. Marlene, I will be in Mexico. Everything goes well for you in getting there. Listen, I want to put my energy out to everybody today that things go well for you. And if you want to send some energy that things go well for us, that'd be great. You know, I'm going to tell you a little story before I leave here today. Okay? And here's my story. So we were down in Arizona, and we went on a holiday. And we went up into, there's some mountains there. So when we went up into the mountains, okay, we parked the van, and then we were going to go to Mexico and drive over to Mexico. So we were getting the van ready, and my daughter, she was only 6 years old. My little boy, well, first my older daughter turned on the music to listen to the radio. And then my little boy, who's not little anymore, that would be Sage, okay, he was the smallest. He was around 2 years old. He actually they put him in the seat. he actually took the key and turned it and unlocked the wheel. Okay? And then the van started to roll back around like this, and my daughter Genevieve was behind in the car. The car came around like this, and Sage was in it. My other daughter Devin grabbed the wheel like this and it turned the van around like this, or it would have went over a cliff. But when it was coming back, nobody noticed that Genevieve was on the ground behind it, and it went over her head and her liver. It split her liver in half. It was the craziest thing. Where we were staying, the office, they actually took the phone out and put it in a safe. We couldn't make any calls, and there was no cell phone in that area. So what happened was, actually I didn't have a cell phone back then, that's why. So what happened was, we finally got someone. They called, and then a helicopter came. But when I picked up my daughter, I lost it. You know, she went totally pale. She was bleeding from the inside. She wasn't even moving. So I'm going to tell you a true story. So she goes into the helicopter, and then we have about a 2-hour drive, maybe 2.5-hour drive to Albuquerque. I drove about 150 miles an hour, 140 miles an hour, seriously. And I didn't get pulled over by the police. But when we got there, okay, they actually said that she wouldn't live through the night. So I called everyone. I had a really beautiful Jewish friend, and he went and called the whole Jewish community in Toronto, and they spread it all over the place. And then I had friends from every religion. Okay, just know that. I used to work on the head Buddhist of Canada doing colon therapy on him many, many years ago, and he told everyone. And then from our church, they told everyone. And I'll tell you, and then you're ready for this, and you may not be ready for this story, but just know this. When you have a loved one on the edge, you know, you just, yeah, especially your little girl. So anyways, I was talking to a friend of mine. His name was Rick Brodzik. And he said, wow, in the town you are, there's this native Indian, and he works in the spirit world. I go, let's go meet him. So anyways, we talked to him. He says, okay, so I'm going to go back, and he was going to do a sweat lodge, and then he was going to go and do this. And so anyways, he went into his trance, whatever he does, and he said, you know what? I called the next day, and I said, so how'd it go? And he goes, I got to tell you something. I couldn't even get close to her. The light was too bright. Still chokes me up. Wow. Anyway, so the light was so bright. He said, I might get in there in 2 or 3 days. He said there was hundreds of thousands of people in there praying over her. So anyways, they said she wouldn't live through the night, but she lived through the night. And then, believe it or not, I'll make the story short, okay? 6 days later, she looked like a little, she's 6 years old, and she's all rounded up like this, right? And she looked like a little old lady, like she was 90, okay? Or 110, whatever. And anyways, but we flew home 5 or 6 days later, and she's fine today. So don't give up. Don't give up. When things look the darkest, shine that light inside. There's a God spot in your heart. Put your finger down, or your hand, put it over your heart, and just breathe. And then breathe energy into there, and you will see that little God spot, and then just make that shine. It's like the little boy that came into the biggest, darkest arena in the world, and all he had was a birthday candle at the other end. But, you know what I mean? A 2-year-old, can show you the way out. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is go in and feed your spirit. Feed that child within. And just just know this, that you are unconditionally loved by that which created the universe. And these psychos made up all these rules that you're a sinner, you're guilty, you're a failure, you're not good enough, you'll never earn your place, who would love you anyway, seriously. To send a kid to school to send even to your kids to most churches, you'd be a fool. A fool to do that, because you're getting fooled. That's all I mean. You're getting fooled. You're getting ruled. You're getting schooled. So yeah, if we were created by God Almighty to create, then why aren't we creating just the most beautiful life here when there's enough food, enough water, enough love? There really is enough love when you go inside and you create it for yourself. There's enough air, there's enough money. And there always will be. They're just going to turn the tap on and off. It's just one big game to them. Okay? So listen, do you know how you ruin their game? You make your own game. You don't bend the rules. You break the rules. Braveheart. God bless. Have a beautiful day.
Let's welcome up Dr. Wolf to the stage. Give him a big round of applause because he deserves it.
It's that time, Bravehearts. That's right. It's time for us to come together as one voice and unleash our Braveheart roar. Join me for the most powerful, life-saving, life-changing 45-minute presentation of my career. The emotional chemistry of cancer, disease, and healing at the Gaylord Opry Resort and Convention Center in Nashville, Tennessee at the Truth About Cancer Live Symposium with no other than Ty and Charlene Bollinger and 60 other world-renowned speakers. Together, let's uncover and discover our true authentic selves. The real practitioner from within, because the only healthcare is self-care, which can only be turned on by self-love. Become the answer you seek. This is the only truth about cancer. Join our Braveheart Nation and unleash your Braveheart roar. God bless.
So what is a New World Practitioner? Well, a New World Practitioner is somebody that understands that training comes before treatment.
Have I noticed any changes in myself since taking this course? Oh, yes. Yes, I have. I definitely have.
There's so much more ahead of you, and there's so much more that you can find within yourself, and there's so much that you can let go of to free yourself. And I'm excited to be able to help others find their power.
It's not a treatment. It's like a restoration. You can renew your body. And I didn't understand what was preventing me from healing.
I guess this is where I kind of get emotional because Daryl truly cares, not only for himself, but humanity in general. And he wants to educate people to live their best lives and learn to love themselves first before anybody else.
The Whole Life Coach certification. We go deeper in that 8 days than anybody else goes when it comes to learning how the invisible creates the physical, the psychological creates the biological. And we teach you about energy medicine and about vibration and frequency because that's all it is.
He really cares for everybody. He wants to educate as many people as he can, their own healers / practitioners. He wants to get the knowledge out.
Dr. Wolf and the whole crew, Sage and his bodywork techniques, learning it, everybody here has just been so incredible. They're so supportive. It's been a really cool experience.
I've seen nothing but incredible results day after day, hour by hour, while they work on people who get finally the effect and result that they've looked for everywhere else and never got. So they're amazing, amazing.
on a daily thing, I'm becoming more flexible and more pain-free. It's a process of treatments because of the damage I've done to my body. But yeah, I expect to be doing backflips. You know, I'm 64 years old. I'll be doing backflips.
When it comes to the Wolf non-surgical certification, nobody can pull fibroids apart or reverse joint, muscle, tendon, ligament problems or scar tissue from surgery quicker than we can. And we offer a money-back guarantee to all our patients. Now, why would we do that? Because we pull off the I am possible and we reverse the irreversible.
They're so professional, yet so fun. They know how to push you to your limit. They encourage you, so it's all positive training, and really every one of them has a piece that they offer to the business, and they don't miss things. They let you go to the next level.
To use my love and light to be in service of others, and that's part of healing, right? Where as my elbow is connecting to that skin, you know, I'm delivering my frequency to the person that is seeking that work, you know, because I will always have that love and light inside me.
And a New World practitioner understands that you can't give what you're not. So until you understand that unconditional love and care for oneself is what you need to become so that you can give that to your patients, don't expect a different outcome than every other practitioner out there. And that's what we teach here, because you need to become what you want to see in all of your patients. G'day, I'm Dr. Darryl Wolf. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? Well, because they've never been given a strategy. And every time they go to see a health practitioner, whether it's medical or natural, all they're doing is getting Band-Aids. What if we were able to create a strategy that you could create the perfect day from the minute you woke up until you went to bed, and then we continue to guide and support you along your journey as you grow, your program grows. And what if you only paid one price, and you had unlimited support and guidance for the rest of your life? That's called the Perfect Day Consultation.